Hi, this is Kim Pinkney and welcome to my channel. Alright, today I'm going to be drawing Nicki Minaj. I'm going to be doing an outline first, and then in another video we'll be coloring her because it just takes a while to color. And I'm still trying to flesh out the things that I want to do. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and begin. I had already found a couple source images of Nikki, Miss Nikki. Let's see, I'm trying to decide which orientation I want to use. And I think in order to get her entire body, I might want to do it lengthwise. So let me see. Let me go ahead and turn it and downsize it a bit. And I'm going to go ahead and start off with the sketch. Let's see. I want her to... Let me see. I'm going to make my lines a little smaller. We'll drop down the little circle here. Okay, so head. And I kind of want to get like a little shape like this here. Kind of like that. And I'm going to have her blow bubbles. So let's see. I do want to use up the entire screen here. Let me see. We'll have her head up here. See if we can back some of this up a little bit. Put her head about right here. Her shoulders will be about right here. It is going to be kind of fuzzy. And I guess to make it a little easier for you guys to see as I'm doing this, let me see, I'll get rid of this layer since they don't clear. There we go. And I'll just turn this into black to make it easier so that you guys can see it while I'm doing the sketch, and then I'll just downsize it when I'm ready. Okay, so to use up the entire image here, because we want to get Ms. Minaj in all her glory here. Let's see, we want to get her tail going. Let's see. So she'll be blowing. And then the jellyfish will be coming out around here. I gotta figure out what to do with this hand. Let's see, we'll throw her, how about this way? So we can make her kind of like Queen of the Jellyfish. And we can even give her a little jellyfish body instead of a typical tail. So we'll give her like this jellyfish skirt, and then her legs will go to the little tentacles here. So I'm doing my initial rough sketch, and then let's see, we'll have the tentacles, and she'll be like on the bottom of the ocean. And the jellyfish will come out this way. And then kind of make this kind of motion. So it'll be coming out. And then there'll be a few around her. Let's see. And we'll have maybe a little jar maybe that she's holding on to. Okay, let's see. And we'll figure out what kind of hair we want to give her. If I want to do like the Barbie hair. Hey Julie, good morning. Alrighty. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and make this layer, drop the opacity down a bit. Alright, and we'll bring this one above this one, and we'll go ahead and start on her face. And these are all still my little rough stages, and then I'll go back through and give it a nice outline. And then what I'd like to do is bring her into Procreate after I get the likeness and everything. And just put like the little effects and whatnot, but it's really time consuming, so I don't expect to have it all done in like a couple hours. This is going to be like a 4-hour type of thing, at least, the very least. But never fear, there will be a time-lapse video. And I'm still throwing scales and stuff on the merman that I was working on. It's taken a bit. Let's see. I want to make sure I got this. So like right here is this nostril, and the other one is in the other corner. Okay, so we'll throw that here. And we'll have her lips kind of puckered here. Now my original idea was to go ahead and just trace it like the other Adobe draw videos that I've seen, where it says cartoon yourself in Adobe Draw, but I'm like, nah. I think if I could at least capture her look, I shouldn't have to do that. And I still get to keep my own style, I guess, when I don't trace a photo or something like that. I gotta do me. Okay, I need to bring this down just a bit. It's like yesterday I took a little bit of a break from doing Mermaid. I was kind of getting, I don't know, I get kind of burnt out doing the same crap over and over again. So it's hard as hell to try to keep my interest going. So I have to find things that, you know, I'm interested in this particular challenge. Let's see. So I took some time while I was on the bus and was filling in the color of another image, but it wasn't a mermaid. So sorry, I cheated on it, but gotta keep it going, gotta keep it going. Okay, so now Nikki has these expressive eyebrows. So what I've learned from watching the Adobe Draw videos, learning this program, I'm going to try to incorporate some of the same techniques that they do, and just trace my, but tracing my own image instead of a photograph. All right. All right. Yeah, the Bob Marley one was coming out really well, so when I'm ready to color that one, I'll definitely be pouncing on that. Oops, that was cute. Just need to take a little off the top there. Okay. We'll give her kind of like jellyfish hair, so it'll like do its own thing. And just kind of billow out. All right. Let me put this on another layer. Because if I make a mistake on her hand, I don't want to end up like erasing her face by accident. Let me see. Let me fix her body here. Okay, so I'm thinking I'm going to do. Watch how I move, cause I know the breaks coming. Watch for the clues, cause I know that they know me. Nothing in my view, so it's hush on discussion. Hush on discussions, you know what you need. So I keep it in the band to let you know that I don't need you. Got cats, see, head down for peace. Big king, I'm regal, got it in my abyss. Came through, tripping like a finger. I'm 715, kept a weapon on me. Don't make bitches, I'm on baby stack chicken like roast on me. Two in the cut, ain't you want us run from when I tell her. Love is love. Love is love. Hold up with it, got my back on pippin', cause I'm back in kitchen, switch the tray. Windows tinted like how fat my skin is, scoop the shorty in it from a J. Swish, she got vision just like any women, giving me the kid. Way before the riches, nothing more than mention. I can light a block of how the orifice and pouring on my might have, I don't know if I'm going to have like this be transparent, because you know like how jellyfish are kind of transparent. So her boob is much, you know, just a smidge. Just a warning. But I'll try not to make it too risque. Okay, so got her boobs here, and then on an upper layer, we'll work on her paws. Okay. Okay, so the little, we'll put the little jellyfish maker will be here. Let's see. Give it a little cap for the jar that she's going to use. And I think I'll have her hands and stuff, or her arm, kind of cover up a bit of her naughty bits. That way I don't get like in trouble on YouTube. We gotta give her these crazy ghetto nails too. Like the real big urban nails. No, actually we don't. You don't have to do that. Let's see. They could be her little stingers. I don't want to put too much of, I don't want to make it too difficult to hold. There we go. We'll put some, I want to put like designs on it, but it's going to be too tiny to see. So I probably don't need this. Her hands are a little big, but I think we'll be okay. Let's see, okay. And then on this one here, she'll be, let's see, I should make this into like maybe a shell of some sort. Let me see. Let me see. Let me do a quick search on seashells. Let's see. I want the cone type of seashell. Let's see, not the scallop. Banded tulip type shell. I think that's what I'm looking for. Or a conch. That's kind of cute. Let's see. That might be awesome. Let's see. Copy. Yeah. And I'll set it up so that I can have her dip into it. All right. Okay, so like the opening, whoops, opening will be like right here. And then it gets fat down here. I need to, let me make this a little more transparent because I can't see. There we go. And I'll bring it back in a sec. Alright. Now I'm wondering if I should keep this in this program, but then again, I do like the effects of Procreate. Julie, I got to show you what I was working on. I was working on a Tina Turner. That's what I was like cheating on this thing with, and it's turning out like freaking lifelike. I mean, it is really coming out. I'm like, damn, you got skills. I can't wait for me to finish this, but Mermaid does await. I might be able to maybe downsize her and turn her into a mermaid, but then I'd have to do Mad Max, and you know who's Mad Max. Oh, that would be crazy if it was underwater. In a world that's totally underwater. Okay, back to business, back to business. Okay, back to the shell. Young Mel Gibson, all wet. Oh my God. Somebody stop me. Let's see, and this is like little lines like that. Let me erase this part, don't need this. I think I'll have like a couple little jellyfish hanging off the side here, or maybe some bubbles. Okay, this was off the side. Okay, so I gotta figure out where to put her fingers. Oh, I forgot the bottom down here. It has more little spikes. So very weird conch shell, but it's pretty. It's got these beautiful iridescent colors in the source image here. I don't think I've ever made a shell quite like this. It just kind of comes down to a little bit of a point. It has like these little bumps around it. Okay, let's see, so that's good. And we'll do her little fingers. These are bubbles, I guess. Alright, giving her mermaid hair. And let's see. We'll bring the opacity back up. I might be able to start doing this today. Okay, back to Ms. Nikki. Make sure she looks like herself. Just going over her looks here. Make sure I've hit all the beats here. Okay. Oops. Okay, so before I... No, put the final inks on it. Let's see. When's it ever final? I think I want to make these hands a little smaller. Let's see. Transform. Whoops, wrong layer. Let's see. I think that's the hand layer. Yeah. See, they shouldn't be bigger than her head. Let's see. I'm trying to think to cover her booba bits. There. I think that might work. Yeah, I guess that'll work right there. All right. We don't need this. Let me erase everything that, oops, that isn't needed on these. So we probably don't need this too much. Okay. Okay. All right, so let's see if we can do some hiking. All right, one more layer. We'll merge these two down together. Oh, they don't do it like that. Merge down. Draw layer. Oh, what was this one? This might be a blank layer. Let me move it up. Yeah, it's a blank layer. Okay, so we'll raise this up a bit to 5. Okay. Back it up, back it up. We'll take these guys off. Let's see. It doesn't come in like that. It just goes straight like that. She's got like little wisps of baby hairs. Let's see, so maybe the outline of it. Something similar to this one too. So I'll take the outer hair and make it thick, and then everything on the inside will be thin. So it's 5.5 on the outside and 0.5 on the inside. Okay, so we'll make that a little bit more opaque. Okay. Oops, wrong layer. Doo-doo-doo. Oops. Maybe I need this a little bigger. Oh, yeah, I saw a picture, an old Mad Max Beyond the Thunderdome picture of him. He looked freaking good. I don't know what they were thinking, getting Jeremy Renner to be Mad Max. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Oops. I'm gonna make it a little bigger because she likes her eyelashes pretty thick, it looks like. For some reason, when I get to the eyelash right here, it gets kind of wonky. Let's see, this particular picture, she doesn't have like heavy eyeliner on the bottom. Let me take that off. We'll make it thinner. Let's see, that was 2.5 for the eyelashes, so we'll bring it back to 0.5. Okay, it's 5 o'clock. All right. I had to look. Get her. Let's see if it'll do that trick where it fills it in. Come on. Fill, damn you. There we go. We'll pop it up to, well, actually we'll do the eye first. That's what I want to do. I think I want to find one of those cheesecake pictures of him, a young Mel Gibson, and just for giggles throw a mermaid tail on him. Let's see, I might want to end up going back to the shapes. Let's see, she's going to be so tiny, I don't think it'll matter. Okay. I was debating whether or not to just make a perfect circle with the circle tool. Let me see. Why not? It'll only take a sec. Famous last words. That's not too bad. Let's see, I'll throw it on another layer. Not that layer, how about this one? Oh, I'm on a different layer for some reason. Why is it not showing up black though? Let's see, the opacity's down. Let's see. Oh, okay, I see why. Okay, that was the original layer. Okay. Lovely. And we'll move you back over here. Ooh, that got big. Let's see, how do I... I thought the dynamic crap was off. It is. Oh well. Alright, we'll move you over. Oh. Alright. Let's see. And what sucks is that once it's in there, I can't do squat about it. Let's see. Oh! Back. We don't need you anymore. Good enough for government work. Okay, let's see. Back to... Oh, that's why it gave me the crazy thing. It was on 2.0. There we go. Whoops. Can't see the corner of this eye. Okay. Bring this up to 1 again. Okay. One might not be big enough. Let me go back. Let's see, I think our jaw is just a little wide. So your eyelashes definitely need to be a bit bigger. I'll take these guys off. Oops. All right. Back. Okay. This needs to be darker. I was going to do like a bit of a shadow to make her eyelashes look a little thicker. Okay. And I'll do something similar to her eyebrow. I can always downsize or make this a little opaque. There we go. right. We'll raise the opacity a bit. And then we can probably erase this one completely. All right, let's see. I think her lips need to come up a little bit higher. Let's do that. Make it kind of look more like she's puckering. Let's see. I can use this. Come on, you. I'm going to give her some shadows. See if I can make it look a lot more like her. Let's see, I could probably go a little lighter. There we go. Let's see, I should do that on another layer. Let's see, we'll put it here. Okay, I'm going to add some shadows here. I should drop the opacity a bit more. Try to make them like very subtle, and this will help me to see it if I've captured her face enough, or if I need to do a little bit more work. need to make that lighter. It looks like I need to do a little bit more work on her eyebrows. Oops, make this a little bigger. Oops, much lighter. Even coloring her eyes a bit. Yeah, I think I just about got her. Gotta wait for it to catch up. Oh, there we go. I'll bring this up to 2 or 3. You can barely see it. It's very super subtle. Bring this up to, yeah, let's see, what is that? Bring it to 19. Nope, bring it down even further. Try 15. Let's see, it looks like I need to raise her upper eyelids up a little bit more to to see if I can capture her a bit more. Other than that, I think I got her. I'm gonna bring her hairline down some. And the rest of this, yeah, I think I'm about ready to bring her into the other program. Her hair needs to come out in front, probably about if I did it, her boobs would be like right here. This one's covering it fine, but this is not. So it'll have to be the jellyfish that kind of covers it. Okay, all right. And she'll have that. Let's see. All right. And, okay. Alrighty. So I don't need this layer. And I'll just export this. So you can always bring her boob over more. Okay. Alright, let's see what we got here. Let's see if it'll let me export. Oh, 5:35. Okay, let's see what I can do in an hour here. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Let's see. Well, that'll work. Okay, let's see. I forgot what the... There was something that I could do to the layer that makes it keep a certain color. It must be on the other program. No worries. Okay, so she is... We'll give her a light tone for the base of her skin. We'll put that on top. Or was that a reference layer? Let me see. I can't remember. Okay, no worries. Darling Nikki, I'll go ahead and put this on you. We'll do some solid colors first. Make sure my brush is right. I think that'll work. We'll use this one instead. Okay. Make sure we're on the right layer, because I hate when I'm on the wrong layer. Okay. We don't want it transparent. Well, maybe a little. Okay. Can't do it that way. Oh. There was something that I could do to this to make it... Let me see. Crap, I wish I could remember. Maybe it's on the layer itself. It was either a reference layer. I bet it was on the other program. Shoot. What it does is, what I'm looking for is something that makes this like kind of transparent. Let me see if it'll let me work on this one. Nope, that's not it. Okay, no worries. I'll either work on the reference. I don't think it was clipping mask. Because usually I'm able to paint beneath it. I'm just going to have to make it opaque until I figure out what it was that I need to do to it. Not add. It was this. And we'll drop the opacity down. Ultimately, the lines will be gone anyway. There we go. We'll just keep it enough so we can see it. Okay. There's my lines. Let's make sure I'm on the right layer. Undo. Okay. All right, let's see, and then we'll put her hair on a different layer. Let's see, the colors I was going to use, I think it was more purplish, so we'll throw a purple layer here. Maybe a warmer purple as the base tone. Okay. Make sure we're on the right layer. Correct. Yeah, I'm not so worried about being messy because I always end up erasing a little bit more. Let's see, her hairline was way down here. Let's see. Yeah, every time I use this program, I learn just a little bit more. Just a little. Okay. All right. And let's see, we'll even do a little bit of her jellyfish part here. We'll make that like a light blue. So you can't really get close to her, so her little tentacles will get you, or tendrils. Alright, and then I'll just have like a little gradient going upwards onto her body. But I need to be on the right layer. And that, oh, it's on the hair layer. Oh well. Actually, let's duplicate it. I want to see if I can keep them separate for now. Let's see, right here. Let's see, so this will be the bottom layer. No, actually I want this one to be the bottom layer. Okay, so the hair will be on the bottom layer and the tentacles will be on the top. So I need to get rid of the purple on this layer. And then the blue on this layer. It would be helpful if I could see what I was getting rid of. Okay, so that's correct. And okay, so we can't see that one, but we can see this one, and we want to get rid of this. I'm just doing this to just keep these things on their own layers. I meant to put that solid on its own layer. That way I can do like an alpha lock and whatnot and keep things in their own place. Trying to be a little neater in my old age here. Okay, so on this layer here is going to go above that. I want everybody above the skin here, just in case I want to have like tendrils and stuff like that from the hair come out. I was going to do on this layer so that the blue kind of moves its way up. Hey creative, reduce the opacities? Absolutely. That's the trick on some of them, especially on this program. It's all in the opacities. If you have Adobe Draw and have been really frustrated about trying to get gradients and stuff, it's all about opacity, up and down in the opacity. And like if you use this particular brush right here, forget what it's called, but this particular, let's see, I wonder if it gives me a name if I hold on to it. The basic taper, this one. If you, let me see if I can find a place on here that I really don't care about. Like say I wanted to get a kind of like a gradient going on this right here, and I think it works the same way on the other program. If you choose your opacity, like say you want the darkest tone on the bottom, we got the darkest, but if you hold it down, it'll keep spreading. You know how it gets a little thicker, and then you drop the opacity and you just keep going, and if you want it to get like a darker version, like you want to get to this dark version, you just keep tapping and it gets it darker. So you do your like layer and then you just tap it to get to the tone that you want. So like if I wanted to have this all be one particular tone, and then I just tap it to get to the next tone, and then you just up and lower the opacity to get to the next tone. It's crazy. It's a lot of work, but you know, it's what has to be done in order to get, you know, what you want. And it's like the other one's almost like that too. Let's see, things that they never tell you. And then like for the gradient on this, you know, you just up and lower that opacity and even bring tones in to kind of blend it in as well. And what's cool about this one is it's got this blend finger here, so I could blend these in. So if this was on the same layer as this, it would blend a lot more into it. It's kind of cool. Okay, so I got my solids here. And thanks. I'm trying to get Nicki Minaj, but I'm thinking that it's not gonna be her until I start really throwing down the colors. So like on this skin layer, and I'm debating whether or not to be on this layer or to be above it. That way, if I make any mistakes, I can fix it really easy. Let's see. So for the moment, I will add another layer above it. And I know one of these programs kind of tops out at 10 layers. So you eventually will have to, you know, bring stuff down or work on other layers. Let's see. So for her, I got time. Cuz. Let's see. I want to, you can sample from here. So I've got the skin tone here, and then I want to drop it down to a darker color. If you want like a richer color or more saturated, you go to the right. If you want like a darker color, you go down. And then neutral and stuff is like all in this type thing. So I want it to go kind of like a yellower tone. And then I'm going to drop the opacity a bit. And then just work with that light tone. And soft brush helps a lot with that gentle opacity. And just keep going. Let's see. I might need to get a little darker, or I need to figure out what layer I'm on. Make sure nothing's covering it. It's a little close to the color that I'm already using, so I'm going to bring it down a little bit more. Plus I'm also competing with this layer right here. So that's probably what's holding it up. Yeah, this layer right here did not come in as transparent. So I'm probably end up going to have to work on that. So I'm going to have to drop that opacity down even more on that particular layer. Oops, I got to do it from here. But I know that there's something I could use to make that layer, I forget what it's called, multiply? I think that's what it's called, but I don't think it's in this one. And that's what I was looking for, was multiply. Crap. Oh well. I was hoping. But I think it's in this one. Let me see. That's probably why I'm getting confused. It's like different programs. Yeah. Where did I see multiply? Maybe it's on the layer itself. Blend mode. That's what it was. Multiply. So it has it on this one, but I didn't see it on the other program. So that's the downside of drawing in one program and bringing it into another. But that's okay. I'll make it work. Because I'm going to have to retrace this anyway to bring out her features. Alright, so continuing where I left off. Okay, so I do like that tone. And it's kind of in a good place. I'm going to bring it a little bit further down. And drop the opacity just a smidge. And just try to bring in this, oops, got to make this smaller. Bring this in right here for the pucker. So it can't hurt for me to go ahead and bring in the features. Let's see. And what's cool about this one is I can make it bigger or smaller by selection. So I'm like, yay. Let's see. So maybe on a different layer. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. Son of a biscuit eater. Okay. Let me see if it'll go away. Go away, go away, go away. Okay, it looks like it's safe now. Alright, so... And this one has a clear. I'm like, yay! The other one only has a delete. You can't clear it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hide this layer. Bring up the... Well, the opacity is fine where it is. And just see if I can work in the tones that I want to work in. This was like a darker brown, and that might be my go-to layer, go-to color rather. Let's see, and for this, for the detail, I want something like a round brush where it's hard, but I want it pinpointed if I'm doing lines. So, and this needs to be darker. Let's see. Make sure I'm above it. I'm on the wrong layer. Okay, back. It's easy to pop onto the wrong layer too, especially if your hand like hits it. There we go. And we need to bring it down. But it's pixelated too. So that's why I like working in the other program. It's so damn pixelated. Okay. Back. Let me bring it down a bit and maybe change the brush. Let's try this one. Not liking the brush size, but then again, she's like super tiny. It's like when I zoom out, that's how small it is. So it's super hard to get those details. Let me see if I can find a better... Neither one of these is going to do for me. It's not going to be as crisp as it was in the other program, which makes me want to be in the other program. But I love how smooth colors are in this program, and I've got so much more that I can play with as far as features. Okay, so let's see what we can do thus far, even though she's not the ideal size. We've already got our solid tone. So what I'm basically doing is, what I need to do is just get these outlines so that I don't need the bottom layer anymore. But that is the kind of tone that I want. So let me see, we'll do it on the lips. It's just that the vector art, the other program that I was using, Adobe Draw, spoils me. I like being able to see my lines. But this one has so many more toys. And yeah, I'm greeting. Sorry, Julie, I am greeting again. Let's see, we'll use this one for her eyelashes. Let's see if it'll let me do what I want to do with her eyelashes. I probably won't be able to do what I want. It's super pixelated. And this is the smallest brush that I've got. Yeah, I never did get to check and see what the opacity would be on here. I'd probably end up erasing these eyebrows as it's really diffused. Okay. This just gives me a couple hints. Okay. Zoom out. And we'll use that instead of this layer, or relying on that layer for the face. Okay, so we'll keep that, and we can do some detail work. We'll do it above that one. We got the base tone, so now I want a brown tone, and we'll use this one, and we'll drop the opacity. And we'll just build it up. Make sure we got the right brush too. Back, 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 east, back, back. All right, soft brush. I lost my layer. There we go. Now this part takes a while. Let's see, I can also turn this one back on. That way I can see. And now it's all just trying to match up tones. What's darker, what's lighter. That's too dark. Let me get out of that. Along the edges of her nose, it's a lot lighter, and it's like more of a yellow tone. And it is kind of like a goldish tone. And I can make the brush a little smaller. That way I can get into these little details. Okay, and I want to make this yellow tone a little darker and orangier. And drop the opacity just a bit because it's got to be subtle. And what's kind of cool is that this one has like an alpha lock, so that if I want to keep everything on this particular color or this particular zone, like if I was working on this one, it's already filled in. And once I hit alpha lock on it, it won't go outside the filled in part. Kind of like making a selection. and just build up these tones here. And bring a little bit of this yellow into this. Yeah, and everybody seems to blend really nicely in this program. But it's all pixelated if it's tiny. It really sucks. We'll raise the opacity a bit. Give it a deeper, darker tone. Let's see, she's got like a little peach on her cheeks. And we'll up the opacity a bit. Let's see, I want to try to capture every place that has this peach tone. That's why I'm kind of all over the place on here. Again, this is a lot darker right here. Okay, so more reddish, but not that red. And very diffused. So I try to get the tone as best I can without like cheating and sampling it from the original image, because that's just way too easy and convenient. But if I wanted to do her like shades of blue and purples and stuff like that, I could do that. We'll have a little solid tone on her lips here. It's more of a mauve tone. And it's really light down here. And then a little bit darker around the edges. The neighbors are already fighting it. It's 6 o'clock in the morning and they're fighting already. The cops were out here yesterday. And I asked one of my neighbors who was standing around watching the people across the street. And they were like, I asked, what happened? And they're like, oh, they're fighting. And I'm like, oh, must be Tuesday. So rather than just using like shades of brown, I'm throwing in like different tones that I kind of have laying about here, kind of sticking around with the purples and stuff like that. I gotta go kind of easy on it. Oops, too big. And brushes will change their shape on you. You gotta be careful with that. God, they sound like barking dogs. Woo, 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 woo. Just screaming. Ghetto life. Okay. Let's see, I think I want to merge this down so that I can blend it in with this layer here. There we go. And I'm half tempted to merge it with this one too. Make a duplicate of that. And bring that down here. You can go back up to the top. And we'll make it kind of disappear. Okay. So I want to kind of blend these tones. And it's got this little finger thing that will merge tones together. God, they're so loud. Damn, and I gotta go in a little bit. Okay, so this is where we are thus far with Dear Nikki. And I'll be adding some bubbles in more detail in the hair. I could probably do that on the bus because being jostled about, it doesn't really matter too much. And let's see, we'll go ahead and make a little magic with her. I wonder if I can up the saturation just a smidge. Make it just, yeah, it doesn't look like it's changing it much. Probably because of this layer that's under, that's right here. Oh yeah, she's oversaturated now. But that's not that bad. I can work with that. Bring her back to normal. Okay. Alright. Alright, you guys. I will see you on the morrow, if not later on tonight. If I'm not too tired. I was exhausted yesterday, so I just fell asleep at 7:30. I was so tired. Alright, so we went from this one, and I'm half tempted to come back to this one because I love the crisp lines. Look at, we can go so close. Oh my god. Oh my god. But it doesn't have half the features that the other one has, so it's like I'm torn. Like I'll go as far as I can in this one. Probably I'll probably go as far as I can with this one with colors, and then bring it into the other one and start smoothing stuff out, kind of like how I did with Vincent and the other Vincent and Jules, which I got to still finish. I can show you guys where I am on them. There they are. And this one was started in Adobe Draw, and then I brought it in and just added features, and I still have so far to go with the details. I gave him a net on the side here. I still need to add details to the trident. I added bubbles, and just a few highlights here and there, but that's where I am with those guys, so it's still gonna take a bit. Ugh, man, these damn mermaids! Yo, I'm gonna have to go into like hard cartoon mode, because doing it in this mode is just not working. Alright, so I'll see you guys either later or tomorrow, and have a great one. Take care. Bye-bye. Creative Madden, what time is really good for you to pop on? Because it's like what I'd like to do is be on when there's a lot more people that are on, because it's like 5 o'clock in the morning. People don't want to be bothered, yo. They don't even want to wake up. I usually get home at least by 7, probably about 7:30, I might be able to hit the computer if I'm not too exhausted. So I'm going to set myself up a time, and I will see you guys hopefully later on tonight. Take my vitamins and just work it. All right, you guys, take care, and thanks again for popping in and showing me a little bit of love. Bye-bye.